Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's your girl Salicia and I'm back with another tutorial. Today we're doing a Canva tutorial, step-by-step, very much so like my Acuity, how to make your own Acuity step-by-step tutorial. But today I'm showing you guys how I make my own flyers. So I logged into my Canva and then I selected a Your Story dimension. So this way I can create my own story post. Once I have selected that, I'm going to go ahead and select elements and I'm going to select frames, and then I'm going to type in the type of frame that I want. So what frames allow you to do is drop your own photo into whatever type of frame you want. Like, if you ever seen like a flyer where someone has like, maybe it's a circle or a bubble and it's like a picture inside of that bubble and you're trying to figure out, well, how does she get that to be a triangle, or how does she get that to be a circle, or how did they do that? It's a frame. So what I'm going to do is select a Polaroid theme frame because that's kind of the look that I'm going for this flyer. And I'm just scrolling through so you can see all the different ones that they do offer. But like I said, I'm going to go for the Polaroid one, and I'm going to create pretty much a theme based off of just what I have a vision of in my mind. So I'm going to size it down, adjust it, slant it, and position it where I want it to be. Now, there's a tab at the top thing that I'm about to click, and it duplicates whatever image you're on, or whatever. It could be a word, whatever it is that you have selected and hovered over. Once you click that duplicate button, which is to the left of the trash can button when you select an item, that is how you're going to be able to create more. Obviously, you can go back into the element tab and keep clicking it, but I'm just showing you guys how you are able to duplicate. And like I said, you can use that button for anything. It pops up on words, different elements, glitter, whatever it is that you're using, you can duplicate it just by using that tab, just in case if you don't know how you found whatever it is that you're using, or if you're using a template that you bought off Etsy or something. That's how you would duplicate it if you don't know how to get more of those items, if that makes sense. So I'm doing a 12 days of Christmas sale. So the next thing that I'm going to type into under my elements tab is a calendar, because I thought I wanted to do a calendar on this layout, which I actually changed my mind midway because I wasn't able to find the actual calendar that I liked. But I'm going to show you guys anyway. So I type element, type in whatever it is that you want, calendar. You can type literally anything you can think of that you're looking for a flyer, and it will pop up here. You search through all their options that they have, and you pretty much select whatever works for you. Like I said, it's a 12 days of Christmas sale. So I was looking for a calendar that I can do like a cute little, mark off Christmas, just something. I was going for a theme, but like I said, I couldn't really find what I was looking for under what they gave me. So I kind of switched my whole plan as to the direction of how I wanted my flyer to go. Okay, so on to the next step. We're going to click uploads and we're going to drop an image into our page. We're going to double click it and click the three dots that pop up, and we're going to set it as our background. Once it's set as our background, I'm going to double click it again, and I'm going to change the transparency of the photo because I want it to kind of have like a little blurred effect. So that's what I do. And then I'm going to double click it and reposition it, because you can align how you want the picture to be. And then I'm going to enlarge it and, position it where I want it. Then lastly, I'm going to go back into my uploads and I'm going to start filling in those frames that we selected. So once you drop a photo into the frame, you can double click that picture and it will allow you to, like I said, enlarge it and reposition it to how you want it to look inside. Because if you just select it, it's just going to drop a photo in there. Like I'm going to show you here, you just select it, drop it, and that's just how it's going to be. But you actually have to double click it to enlarge it and reposition it. If you don't have the photo that you want to be in your Canva portfolio, you can upload one by clicking the upload files, and then it'll pop up at the top of your uploads. And then you can just, again, drag those photos into the frames, double click it and enlarge it. And then you'll be able to reposition it how you want it to sit inside of that frame, which is really cool. I struggled before I knew about the frames. So make sure you look up them frames when you are looking for, cool things to add onto your flyers. Lastly, I have this text that I created in Coolgy, I believe, and it's a gold text that I put my company's name in, and it says Crowns for Queens Presents. And I just like to add this at the top of some of my flyers and promo stuff because I feel like it makes it look a little bit more professional. It doesn't look like I created it myself. So I feel like you can't really see it that much. So I'm going to click on it and I'm going to click edit image and I'm going to adjust the brightness of the text, which is either going to make it darker or lighter. In this sense, I want it to be darker and I feel like it just pops more. So it's pretty cool. Something I don't have to recreate all the time. It's just always in my uploads. And then lastly, I'm going to add a little touch to the flyer and I'm going to add a gift bow. So I'm going to type in gift bow under the elements tab and it's going to pop up. So before I started actually using this element tab, I was going on Google and Googling whatever it is that I wanted with a transparent background. It just was not what I wanted. I'm telling you, Canva is the GOAT because they just have so many different templates that you can just use, like elements, all these things that you don't have to go and download and look for on Google. It's right here. So yeah. So I'm going to click the bow and I'm going to duplicate the bow because I want to be able to drop it on just 2 of my picture frames because that's the only ones you're going to be able to see is on 2 of them. And then I'm going to readjust it so this way it's not crooked how it looks now, but I want to make it straight to the bottom of the Polaroid frame. And I'm just going to adjust it and make sure that it fits perfectly. Yeah, that's pretty much what we're going to do here. And like I said, I'm only going to use 2 of them because the other 2 frames, you can't really see it. I'm going to delete that calendar just so it could get off of the page since we're not using a calendar for this flyer. But yeah, I think it looks cute so far. So we're going to go ahead and add text. So I'm going to click the text tab and I'm actually just using the first text tab that pops up, template that pops up. And I'm just going to change it to say 12 days of Christmas. And yeah, this is just the way I like to do. I feel like it's easier this way instead of trying to search the font, all of that. I just look for one that looks cool and I pop it up there. Get straight to the point. So yeah, so I'm going to readjust this, set it in the middle, play with the color, play with the sizing, like see how close I want it. I'm going to click on my text and bring the letters a little closer. I'm just going to play with it because it's never, you just want to keep playing with it until it's actually what you envision in your mind. Then I'm going to group it together so this way it'll stay together. Once I figured out the placement, the sizing, all the font that I want, I just place it together. So now I feel like the letters was meshing a little bit with the background. So I went back into Element and I typed in blur and I got this white foggy blur that I'm going to add, which is kind of going to add like some character to the flyer. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to group together that bow with the frame by selecting it with the 3 tabs that pop up on the top. I'm going to click group and now those are going to stay together. So when I go to move that picture, it's not going to just move the frame and not the bow. The bow and the frame will move together. That's very important because it's annoying once you get something to be placed perfectly and then you try to move it and then everything that you done placed on it is out of place. So again, once you have something that's exactly where you want it, just run your mouse over it and group it together by clicking them 3 buttons at the top, which groups it together. Now that I have done that, I'm going to reposition my picture frame. So I kind of felt like I wanted them to be more at the top and more at the bottom. So this way there's an empty space where I have that fog and it doesn't look, I don't know, it just brought the look together a little bit more. So again, I'm going to reposition this bow because once you move it, if you do not group it, it will move by itself and not with the bow. So I just have to reposition it and play around with it. So as you can see, because I grouped the text together, the 12 days of Christmas text, once I just clicked it and dragged it to the side, all of it moved together versus just the days of, all grouped together and moved. And it makes it easier, more neater, and less of a headache when you're creating these flyers. You want to make your life as easy as possible when you're doing this. The point of this is this way you can learn how to do your own stuff, save some money probably on flyer creation, and just make your life easier. You don't want to make your life harder. So make sure you pay attention to all the tips that I'm giving you because they are very useful. And comment down below if you guys would like to see anything different or, whatever you want to see. But this is pretty much what I came up with. But this is my 12 days of Christmas sale. I am going to play around with it some more off of the screen record. And I'm going to change the font one more time. But this is really what I enjoy about creating my own flyers. Is just like when you start off with a blank canvas, and then you end up with this. This is super freaking dope. So yeah, I'm just going to play around with it, change the occupancy of the fog in the background, reposition my words so they're even in the middle of the flyer. And then, once I'm done, I'm going to save it. But before I save, I always make 2 copies of the flyer that I just made. And I do that because sometimes once I'm done with one, like I said, I want to play around some more and adjust different things, but I don't want to mess up what I just created on this page. So I clicked add page by accident, but you don't click add page. At the top, you click the duplicate button again, and it duplicates everything that you just had on the last page on this page. So I'm going to do a little 2-part for you guys. Here, I'm going to show you guys how I found this cool little text that I didn't even freaking know was up here. I just typed in under elements. I had typed in Grinch, just trying to see what else was up there. Because like I said, I was trying to play around and create something different on my second flyer that I made, because that's sometimes what I do. And I found this super cute text. So in the middle of me getting ready to create a second flyer, I ended up going back to the first one and changing the number 12 into something different because I just thought it was super cute. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to position them right next to each other, move them around, make sure that they're as close as far apart as I want them to be, and then I'm going to group them together. I'm going to group them together so this way I can avoid resizing them every time I move them. So like I said before, I'm pretty much going to click my mouse and drag it over them so this way it can select it, so this way I can group it together. When you're doing this, you want to be very mindful of what turns purple in the purple box, because that's what will group together. So once you have just what you need in that group it and then move it. So once I move it, I'm going to make it larger, smaller, and yeah, I'm just going to play around with it. So like I said, once I'm done and I have exactly what I want, I will keep making duplicate pages and playing around with the text, playing around with different things, just so this way I can, see what else I can create and come up with the best final result that I like. And this is pretty much how I create my own templates. And I hope you guys enjoyed it. I hope you guys found this useful. And I hope that you guys are able to create your own flyers and your own website banners or whatever at home using Canva and using the tips that I gave you guys today in today's video. Again, I hope you guys enjoy. Make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and comment down below and let me know what you guys would like to see next time. Bye, guys.